Sad, bad, mad poem. I've got a poem, it's really rather sad. I learned it many years ago from my dad. It's all about a person that's very, very glad, who had invented a new thing that became an instant fad. It meant he got loads of money and he bought a lovely pad, and loads of hot women would pop round in a tad. But then one day he acted like a cad, and his life it went all wrong. Now he's a lonely lad. So never count your chickens in a coop you never had, because one day you may be penniless and you may well turn mad. This bloke, he lost his marbles, ran around shouting loud, "Egad!" Now he is in desperation gone to Syria for jihad.
Position closed, cashier balancing. Whilst waiting in the bank the other day, I noticed that things were exceedingly slow, that the number of people had started to grow. Only 2 cashiers open, what do you know? Their automated facilities I'd chosen to eschew, so the time I was spending I'd started to rue, and as I stood there in the lengthening queue, I wondered what else I could do. In a chair at the side, an old lady dozed. Slowly to the front my position had nosed, and I saw that there a notice had been posed on the 3rd cashier's till, "Position closed." The reason given was what puzzled me, cashier balancing. But it was easy to see, she was sitting down, how hard could it be? But I had a vision that amongst the cash and receipts, she was secretly practising great feats, that she was only pretending to be in her seat, and that really she was a talented athlete, that if she hadn't maintained an even keel, she'd soon be attempting a cartwheel. Or perhaps she was a prancer or a chancer, disguising her skills as a ballet dancer, that, operating without the aid of a safety net, there were tricky positions into which she could get, including that of a pirouette. That she practised with her legs as she sat, her various manoeuvres as an acrobat. Perhaps she would glimmer and shimmer whilst working as a synchronised swimmer. Or maybe she was cast whilst working really fast if she ever appeared as a gymnast. And as she pretended to work at her station, I wanted to award marks for degree of difficulty, or even for artistic interpretation. For I'm sure that mere double-entry bookkeeping sometimes must have left her weeping, and, not wanting to appear dumb, she extracted every last crumb of comfort while she sat on her bum, not letting her body grow numb, but maintaining her equilibrium.
Serious women. Some of us have faces that are less inclined to mirth, mapped upon them traces of the journey from our birth, inscrutable, mysterious, the face our mother gave, inherently quite serious, disconcerting, grave. See us in the street, and we are focused and unblinking, eyes trained on horizon far, minding our own thinking. We're not sad, or bad, or mad, it's just the face we've grown. You don't know the life we've had, so frankly, mind your own. Control your neediness and fear, your urge to poke and pry. We save for folk who hold us dear, the twinkle in our eye. Give us a smile, darling. It hasn't happened yet. Trite words to get us snarling, excuse me, want to bet? To the endless trivial comments offered every day, we respond with the convivial, it's just arranged that way. If you don't understand my face, how dare you stoop to diss it? My arse is well imbued with grace, so kiss it.
Swimming, a non-bilateral technical mantra. Stroke roll, breathe. Climbing along the water's surface, body turning on a skewer, breathing bubbles, exhaling fully, metronomic to a viewer. Stroke roll, breathe. Fingertips, wrist and elbow angled, each below the other in turn. Break the surface, then pushing forward, spinning the torso in return. Stroke roll, breathe. Catch before the full arm extension, pulling along the railway track. Feel the water hard on the forearm and spinning the body right back. Stroke roll, breathe. Continue the stroke under the pit, pulling the elbow high and clear. Uncock the wrist, pull with the triceps or pushing the hand to the rear. Stroke roll, breathe. Lips breaking the top of the water, eyes spying the rope of the lane. One sharp breath in, the wrist leads the way to start it all over again. Stroke roll, breathe.
On War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Oh yes, it's a gripping story. Tolstoy's greatest novel, with a panoramic sweep from the peace of St. Petersburg to mournful Moscow and the savage Russian landscape. Its icons, dachas, vodka and champagne, and of society's wealth and grandeur. The families, fathers, sons and daughters, the Karagins and the Rostovs, political games and emperors, the Tsar and Napoleon Bonaparte, empires of the French, the Russian, the Austrian, the grand history of epic war, of tired troops and generals, and the bloody battlefields of Austerlitz and Borodino, of love and loss and longing, of betrayal and death and honour, of peaceful Pierre and naive Natasha. So that's the who's who and the what's what. I know, because I've seen it on the telly. 6 glamour packaged episodes, edited, summarised and condensed from over 800 pages. It's bold, magnificent and inspiring, and one of these days I must get round to reading it.
Burning for justice. The weather today, overcast, with a high chance of riots and rain. Dark clouds gathering, tall towers and tipping points, enemies within, cities simmering, angry hearts of righteous men, burning for justice. Behind closed doors, committees talk, damage limitation.
It. I was born in the 50s, 10 years after the end of the war, so my hormones were going all bonkers through the 60s and 70s, which was when I became obsessed with it. Magazines featured the it girl. Smart people were drinking gin and it. The hippies wanted to know, did I dig it? But my mind was on a different track. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew that I certainly wanted it. And my whole social life revolved around it. Out there with the lads giving it some, at dances and discos in pursuit of it, thinking about it, talking about it, and we admired the girls who had it. Though nobody could agree just what it was, but we knew whether they had it or not. And we despised the ones who were reputed to put it about a bit, the girls who do it with anyone. All the same, I wanted to meet just one who wanted it, who was ready for it, who'd do it with me, who wouldn't tell me to stuff it, who thought that I had it too, until at last it finally happened. And after we'd done it, and it was all over, I decided that I certainly loved it. I wanted to do it again and again. She said it would be all right, even if there was an accident. She would keep it, not lose it, and we'd bring it up together, and that's how it was. But it was all so long ago. Now it's nearly all over, and I'm advancing in years. So much of it's a distant memory. So hard to believe that I ever had it at all. Whatever it was, I think it has got up and gone.
3 clerics and a haiku. Cuba burns while Castro Fidel's. Farewell then, Fidel Castro. you have come to the end of your show. With Shay and a cigar you seem so cool, but over Cuba you no longer Raoul. Farewell then, Alf Mitchell, or is it Warren Garnett? Your death has us now parted, and like Dandy Nichols, the nails in your coffin are now hammered. Westbury Cement Tower. Built in 1962, the year I was born. Farewell then, Westbury Cement Works Tower, no longer over South Wilts with your presence glower. Once you were used by Lafarge, but now you'll be gone, just like Farage. Cement Tower, as old as myself, you have smoked most of your life. I've not. I live on.
Randy Pigeons. I'm a randy pigeon. I'm flirty and I'm fly. I'm lurking in the marketplace to watch the birds go by. And when I see one that I like, a bird who's proper fed, I do a little dance, I do, and coo a little bit. I'm a randy pigeon, I'm flighty, and I'm free, I'm really rather up for it, but no one's up for me. Oh, they coo and they come hither and they give it all the eye, but no sooner than he peckers up, they're off into the sky. I'm a randy pigeon, I have rather lovely feathers. I'm well imbued with stamina and out here in all weathers, and I only want a quick one, in and out and done. Surely some bird's up for it, a swift one in the sun. I'm a randy pigeon, sigh. Another day of putting out and getting out without me end away. Just a little flurry with a rather pouty dove. I'm not that sort of bird, she said. I'm holding out for love. Great. I'm a randy pigeon, I'm nautic, not persistent. I'll chase until I'm knackered, for my urges are insistent, and I'll dance around in circles till I found one who wants mounting, round and round the marketplace, and up the escort mountain.